Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are doing well. Welcome to Wisdom Aspirants. My name is Narendra, and in this video we are going to discuss if clauses in English version. So for the Telugu audience we are doing Telugu videos, and for English audience we are doing English version videos. And this if clause video Telugu version is also available in the description. You can watch it. Now let us see if clauses in English version in this video. I will tell you three numbers in order to remember if clause very well. That is 6, 4 and 2. 6, we have 6 models in these if clauses, and there are 4 types in these if clauses, okay, and we have 2 probabilities, okay. Probability in the sense possibility of occurrence in the future. So 2 probabilities and 4 types, 6 models. We will discuss all the 6 models when we are going into the video, but 4 types they are 0 type, first type, second type and third type. These are the 4 types of if clauses, okay. In this video we are going to discuss 0 type and first type, and remaining 2 we will discuss in the next video. Probably we will discuss only second type in the next video, and afterwards we will discuss the type 3. And we have 2 probabilities, that is 0% probability and 50% probability. These are 2 probabilities. So this is about the number of if clauses. Let us jump into the concept, then we will see what is 0 type and what is type 1. Let us look at type 0 first, okay. This is used especially for scientific facts, or it is also used for general facts. What are these scientific facts and of course we know somewhat about scientific facts, but what about these general facts? The facts or truths that are always true, those are called general truths or general facts, we can say. And the tenses combination in this type 0, that are simple present and again simple present, okay. Let us see the examples for scientific facts, but here we need to include one word, that is if, okay. If plus simple present plus simple present, okay. Let us see the examples. Example number 1, if you pour oil on water, it floats. Understand? Here look at this. If you pour oil on the water, this sentence belongs to simple present tense. It floats, it also belongs to simple present tense. So both sentences are in simple present tense. Let us see the second example. If we boil water, it evaporates. Means if you boil water, it evaporates. We also know this scientific fact, but in order to speak that in if clauses, we use these 2 tenses, simple present and simple present. Look at this, we boil water, this sentence belongs to simple present tense, and it evaporates, it also belongs to simple present tense. So as you all know that the basic simple present tense structure is V1 or V5 object, subject V1 or V5 object. So by following that structure we write examples in this simple present tense, okay. So this is about scientific facts. And what are these general facts? Let us look into the example. If you eat too much, you become fat. See, you eat too much, simple present tense example, you become fat, it also belongs to simple present tense. So see, whenever you talk, wherever you talk, with whomever you talk, if you eat too much, what you become? You become obviously fat. This is called general truths. Understand? The sentences that are always facts, those are called general truths, we say. So, this is about zero conditional. Hope you have understood. Let us jump into type 1 now. This is type 1. The name of type 1 is open or probable condition. It means there is a chance of occurrence. How much? That percentage. That is 50%. That too, we need to understand one thing about these if clauses. We use if clauses especially when there is cause and effect. Cause and effect. Or in other words, we say condition and consequence. So, when there is a cause and effect or when there is condition and consequence concept, we use if clauses. It means when there is a cause and that follows an effect, and when there is a condition, if we apply certain condition and there is a result, the another name for result is consequence. So, if we apply that condition, consequence happens. That's why we use if clauses. Okay. Hope you have understood why we use if clauses first of all. Okay, here this tense, it is used for the actions that have 50% probability. Probability means already I said it is the possibility of occurrence in the future. So, why is only 50%? Why there is no 100%? That's why we use this word. If we apply the condition, then only consequence happens. In that cases, we say 50% chances. That's why 50% occurrence, 50% chances of occurrence. When there is a 50% of occurrence of actions in future, then only we use type 1. In this way, we can understand well. And the tenses cover in this type 1 simple present plus simple future. So, according to these tenses combination, we should add if to the simple present. We can reverse the sentence like this. So, we can reverse the sentence. We can write simple future first, again we can write simple present. But the rule is if should be attached, if should be written only with this simple present tense, not with this simple future tense. Understand? Okay, let us see the structure first, then we go to the examples. Structure is, we write simple present tense structure first. Subject V1 or V5 plus object, and simple future structure is subject will V1 object. Okay, those who want to learn tenses or writing sentences with structures, I have given the links of simple present tense and simple future tense videos in the description. Next, let us see the examples. As I told, we can reverse the tenses, we can reverse even the structures also. We can write simple future structure in the beginning, and we can reverse this simple present to the next part. But the condition is we have to attach this if to simple present tense only. Let us see one example now. Example number 1. If you sleep well, if you sleep well, you will be healthy. You will be healthy. So, look at the sentence construction here. You sleep well belongs to this simple present tense. You will be healthy, this belongs to simple future. Okay. So, here we can reverse the sentence also. As I told earlier, you can write like this. You will be healthy if you sleep well. I already told if should be written along with this simple present tense. That's the only rule you have to remember. Okay. So, this is the example, but what is the way of asking question in the examination? That's very important. So, the question for this would be like this. Sleep well. Sleep well, you will be healthy. Understand? So sleep well, look at this, sleep well, this indicates imperative sentence, giving orders, advices, suggestions, you have known already. So most probably these type 1 sentences, questions will be like this: sleep well, respect elders, don't waste water, okay, save water. In this format the questions will be. So the first rule of asking questions in this type 1 is probably this imperative sentences. Okay, so if the question starts with imperative sentences, definitely we can go with answers like this: if you sleep well, you will be healthy, you will be healthy if you sleep well. So in this way you can write. Let us see few more examples other than this imperative sentences. Second example will be like this: he respects elders. He is a person, he is a very humble person, so he respects elders. He will be respected. Now look at this once again. He respects elders. This is a positive sentence. He will be respected in passive mode. This is also a positive sentence. Whenever you come across two positive sentences in the question, okay, you have to understand one thing: you can write in answer in a negative, means by adding if clause. Okay, moreover what you have to understand here is there probability or not? That's what you have to see. Look at this: he respects elders, he respects elders, he will be respected. What if he doesn't respect? That's what our answer. Okay, let us see the answer using if clause. Okay, so look at this: if he doesn't respect elders, he won't be respected. Look at the once again here: respects, will be respected, doesn't respect, won't be respected. Can't you see the negative formation of sentences when it comes to if clause? Yes, it is right. Whenever there is a two positive statements in the if clause, especially in the question, you can write them into negative, then only it gives meaning with if clause. Look at this: if he doesn't respect elders, in case of he doesn't respect elders, he won't be respected. Understand? But you should not write like this: if he respects elders, he will be respected. The statement is already given in the question. Why should we write again as if clause? No, we should not write. We can write the same sentence when the question, the sentences in the question are in imperative, like as I have just told you. But if the questions are in assertive mode like this: he respects elders, he listens to classes every day. If the statements are in a positive mode, that too assertive sentences, we should convert them into negative mode as assertive sentences. So that's a rule behind this. Let us see one more example in order to make you understand when there are two negative sentences in the question itself. How should we write? Here I have told you to convert two positive sentences into negative sentences while writing if clauses. But what if there are two negative sentences in the question? Simple, we need to turn them into positive. Let us see the third example, how we turn them. Third example: she doesn't play well. She doesn't play well. We can't win the match. Okay, look at the question once again. She doesn't play well, negative sentence. We can't win the match. In other words, we can say she doesn't play well every time. That's why we can't win the match. Understand? Look at this: doesn't play, can't win. Are these two negative or positive? Negative. What is the what is the need of writing again negative sentences in if clauses? No need at all. If you write like this: if she doesn't play well, we can't win the match, there is no sense to write if clause. We need to turn them into positive in order to give the meaning to if clauses. So answer will be like this: if she plays well, if she plays well, we can win the match. Means if she plays well every time, Okay, if she plays well every time, we can win the match. Understand? So here what we have done, place positive sentence, can win positive. When there are two negative sentences in the question, we have turned them into positive when it comes to writing if clauses. Okay, fourth example, he escapes from classes. He escapes from classes. He can't understand, or he won't understand, we can say. Okay, he can't understand the lessons. He escapes from classes. Okay, he can't understand. This is a positive statement and this is a negative statement. How we write that? So what we have done with the previous examples, if two are positive, we turn them into negative. If two are negative, we turn them into positive. If one is positive, that one can be converted into negative. If second one is negative, that one can be converted into positive. Understand? Then only there is a essence for writing if clauses, guys. Let us write the answer. If he doesn't escape, look at here, he escapes, fifth form we used. When we use does, we should not repeat fifth form once again. You can learn that concept in a simple present tense video. If he doesn't escape from classes, he can understand. He can understand the classes. Understand? So here every time he escapes, that's why he can't understand. If he doesn't escape, he can understand. Is it right or not? Okay, this is how we understand if clauses. In this video, hope I have given a clear explanation about 0 type and type 1. With this I conclude my class today. We will meet with if clause type 2 and 3, or probably only with type 2 in our next class English version. So wait until then, stay tuned to our channel. See you in the next video.